What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to, it's kind of like a mashup video of some clips that I've compiled when I wasn't really sure if I was going to make videos or just like enjoy driving the car instead. So this video is not going to be like our normal style where it tells the story very well and you know, that kind of thing, like a normal vlog, I guess you'd call it. But so I want to make this video, show you guys the car that I got. So it's in, and I'll give you guys a rundown of pretty much the gist of what's done to it. It's pretty stock for the most part, and I haven't done a whole lot to it, but I'll run over that with you guys, and then after that, the video is going to go into a video I started filming at our local track, which is probably the biggest reason why I ended up getting a drift car. So this thing's basically going to be a designated drift car. I got a good deal on it because the guy who was selling it, like, it had shifting issues. It had a lot of little issues, but the biggest problem I'd say was the shifts were super sloppy, and you couldn't find third gear, just a bunch of really weird shifting issues. And he was not very mechanically inclined, you could tell. And he bought the car the way it was and kind of got screwed over by the last owner, I guess, is what he thought. So he thought it needed a transmission. I thought it maybe needed a transmission. Anyways, I got it for a pretty good deal. So went out on a limb, and it turned out that this year car, which it's an 01, and it turned out that that car came with 2 different transmissions and 2 different manual transmissions. And this one ended up having a short throw shifter in the car that was for the other transmission, so it didn't shift properly. So I ordered a short throw shifter for this car, and that fixed my transmission issues, as well as there was some transmission bushings for like mounting the trans underneath, and those were kind of messed up, so it felt pretty bad when it did shift. It would kind of like shake around, but fixed up all that stuff, threw the short throw in it, and that had it running and driving really well. So other than that, it leaked gas, which he told me about, so that was another little issue. So got it pretty cheap. Ended up just being a little O-ring around where the filler neck goes into the gas tank. So fixed all that stuff, and then I started on upgrading it. But before I get into what I did to the car to make it like a drift car, just wanted to give you guys a little backstory. And since I'm going to bring you down this journey with us, which I guess if you don't follow us on social media, go ahead and do that. You know, if you're interested on keeping up with the latest, or we'll ask you guys for like advice kind of thing as far as what we should film and what we should put on this channel. So we actually made a post on both our group, which is side-by-side / UTV discussion, even though this is cars, you know, it's our group. So I asked on there, and I asked on our Facebook page, you know, if you guys would be interested in seeing some car content. You know, it's stuff that we do, so you know, it's good practice for filming for our off-road channel, which we devote a lot of time and effort into. So it's cool to still get behind the camera even when we can't get out and go ride, because we don't have riding local. Unfortunately, we don't live, you know, down in Tennessee or Kentucky, or I mean, that would be awesome because we could just go ride, you know, once a week or every day or whatever, you know. But unfortunately, we don't do that. So we try and get out riding as much as we can, but I've been saving up some money, and I was gonna do some kind of boost to my Camaro, which if you guys follow us on social media, I'm sure you know that I have a Camaro. I've had it for a couple of years now, and I was gonna boost that car, so I saved up some money for that, and I was gonna do that. But then I was like, man, you know, even if I do boost it, then it's just gonna break probably everything along the drivetrain, because it's a stock drivetrain. Break the drive shaft, the diff, you know, go into all that, and then possibly blow the motor. And an LS3 is not very cheap. And so I took it drifting one time last summer, and you guys will see a clip from that later in this video. And after that, I kind of got the drifting itch, and there's bugs flying all around me. So if you see me swatting, that's why. I'm not really sure why they're so bad in here right now, but they are. So anyways, I took the Camaro drifting once last summer, like you'll see, and kind of got the drifting itch. And that's when I was like, you know, this car's a little bit too nice to be full scented and sliding off a track or drifting on a speedway with walls. Like it just, I wasn't gonna full send and huck the thing like I would a cheaper car. So that's why I was like, you know what, instead of boosting this car and breaking it and causing all kinds of more issues, once I finally finished my shop, as you guys can see, which I'm actually gonna do another update video on that, kind of like finalized and everything that I've done with the shop and the layout of everything. But anyways, I wanted to get another project. So you guys don't really know anything before side-by-sides, but I used to flip cars, buy them, sell them, fix them up, you know, and just have all kinds of different cars and trucks and things like that. We were big into Jeeps and off-road buggies and stuff like that we would build. And so I kind of missed that stuff, you know. So I wanted a project, and boosting my car would have been like a weekend project, but then, I mean, you know, it would have just been more repairs than like a project. So that's why I was like, screw it, I'm gonna spend the money that I saved on for boosting my car, and I'm gonna just buy a project car. So here it is. It's an 01 Mustang. I mainly got it to drift it. Maybe one day, you know, I'll take it to the drag strip and do runs, but for now, you know, it's not gonna be fast, so I really don't have any intentions on doing that. But yeah, so we're definitely gonna bring some drifting onto the channel here. You guys will see shortly that, and if you follow us on social media, you'll already have seen that we did some stuff to Mini Z, and we're taking that drifting with us as well. So that'll be coming up in the next drifting video after this one. And in that video, we decided to actually put some videos on the channel regarding this stuff. So, you know, I've had this discussion with people on Facebook and stuff, and so I just want to say it here. But you know, if you guys don't like this type of stuff, I totally understand. You know, you're here for side-by-sides, that's cool. You know, I'm like, just stick around, and the content on that side of things is not going to change. But I've already spent the time and devoted a lot of time to grow, you know, this channel into something and have it monetized and have it worth me putting my effort into making videos. And I enjoy videos, and I'm doing this basically to get better at making videos for just in general. So decided to go ahead and just push on and make some videos. But like I said, if you guys don't want to see this stuff, you know, stick around, stay subscribed, and the content's not going to change as far as the side-by-side and UTVs. It's mainly just going to be some car stuff and drifting stuff as filler content, you know, because we have stuff local to us where we can go drift, and there's literally a drag strip 10 to 15 minutes from my house. So, and they do drifting events there. They do drag racing there, obviously. And you know, we've got Jefferson Speedway, which in the end of this video you'll see, and that's an hour from my house. So it's really easy to just shoot up there on a weekend day when they have their drift events and go have fun. And then there's like this go-kart track, which is like only, I think it's about two or 3 hours away. So it's easily doable for a day trip or, you know, a weekend or whatever. And we just don't have that much riding available to us of our style of riding. So I don't know, it's fun to do different things too, instead of getting all caught up in the side-by-side and getting all stressed out about it when it just keeps breaking, which I'm hard on it, but the stuff that's been breaking lately, you guys understand. Anyways, so I'll give you guys a quick walk around in the car, show you what I've done. and go from there. And then it'll jump into a video that I started to film at Great Lakes Dragway. Also guys, before I get started on this, can't show you Tippy over there, got some mods on that thing. But before I get started on this walk around, I just want to add one more thing. We did end up getting a drone for the channel. So that was kind of another reason why I was like, man, it'd be really cool to start doing some car stuff, just because I can fly the drone around and do car stuff and practice with the drone, so that way hopefully I can get some cool shots when we do go out riding with the side-by-sides. So you guys will see some content a little bit just in my house, just at my house, of some stuff I was flying the drone at. But in the next drifting video, you guys will see, I do just some overview stuff with the drone, just got some shots with that. So another reason why I wanted to go ahead and make some videos with cars on this channel. Alright guys, so I'm gonna try and make this quick, but it's an 01 GT Mustang. So it's got the 4.6 V8 in it. It's pretty clean, all things considered. I mean, it's got some paint chips and stuff like that, but nothing major. So it looks super sharp. It's pretty clean underneath. It's not perfect, but pretty clean. It'll be perfect for what I'm trying to do. I didn't want to find a rot box that I couldn't, build into a nice project, and but I wanted something that would still look cool as well. So it came with these wheels on them, on the car. They're black. I think they're just like the Saline clone wheels. I'm not positive on that, but it came with those wheels, which I like. It's got tinted windows, which is cool. It had a catback exhaust, or I'll say manifold back exhaust. It doesn't have headers, it's got stock manifolds, but it did have a full exhaust on it with mufflers and like a pro chamber, they call it. Just kind of like an X-pipe, except it's like a little box muffler type thing. So I ended up, when I got it, I had it up on the lift. I was fixing the gas tank that I told you guys about, and I was fixing the transmission mount and everything. And I went ahead and I took the mufflers off, so it's straight piped from the pro chamber back, and you guys will see it. You guys will hear it in the video. But other than that, that's basically it on the outside. I didn't really do much to the outside. It does have different headlights, just kind of tinted headlights, and it's got the wing or spoiler, whatever you want to call it, is already painted black, and the third brake light is different. But other than that, that's pretty much it on the outside. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you guys the inside. One thing I forgot to mention when I was filming this walk around video of the car that I thought might be important. Some of you guys may be curious, and if you're new here and you're here from drifting and you have a Mustang you're looking to build into a drift car, I'm sure you'd be curious. But in all the drifting videos you guys will see for now, it does not have like an angle kit, and which gives more steering angle, obviously making it easier to correct the turns and stuff. So I only did like some free mods for angle, which is the steering rack. If you pull the boots off, there's two little spacers that allow it to travel more if you remove the spacers. So I removed those spacers and gave it more travel. And then I also trimmed off a little piece of the tie rod where it screws in to the rack. Like there's just some excess material, and you just trim that off. It's only like a 1/4 inch. And if you guys are curious, you can look it up on like the Facebook forums and stuff, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But those are the only two things I did as far as angle goes. Other than that, the suspension's pretty stock. It does have lowering springs on it as well, so I forgot to mention that. It has a cold air intake, and I believe it's tuned because there's no cats in the car, and the check engine light is not on. So I mean, in my head, that means it's got to have a tune on it. The guy I bought it from didn't know what was done to it. And then also, it's got some kind of MSD parts on it. There's like an MSD sticker, and he said it had it, but I wasn't sure. So it's not completely stock, but it's pretty simple bolt-ons from what I understand. But anyways, just wanted to add this in there because I forgot to mention it when I was filming the video. So I had these PRP seats laying around that actually, if you guys have been on the channel for a while, you might have seen like that little simulator that I built out of wood for like racing games or whatever. And I used this one seat for the simulator. So now my simulator, which you'll see in the background in a little bit, is actually running the stock Mustang seats. So I gutted most of the interior on the car, and that's basically because one day I am going to cage it. And the second reason was I wanted to put these seats in there, and I mean, I don't really need it. I don't plan on driving on the street too much. So yeah, I figured I'd gut the interior, and it'll make caging it easier, and it'll make the seats and stuff easier. And also because I went and did this hydro, which is a hydraulic handbrake for those of you guys that don't know, and I needed to weld some brackets and mounts to support the hydro since it is a manual brake, so it's got its own master cylinder. And when you pull this, you're locking up 2 calipers, and I did all of this, so this wasn't on the car obviously, this is for drifting. So you add another set of OEM calipers. So these are the stock ones, and then you pull the axle apart, and you put this second bracket on here. And this master cylinder is its own braking system. And when you pull it, it just locks up that second set of calipers. So that was another reason I gutted the interior, to make a bracket and to be able to mount this, and I don't have to worry about it interfering with the interior. A couple other things I did was, regarding back to these seats, I actually mounted this driver's seat to the stock power adjustable stock seat, like rail, if that makes sense. And it's pretty cool because I was able to integrate the stock buttons from the seat, so pretty sweet. So the seat's adjustable. It actually goes up, down, you know, forward, backward, like all the options. And then I got this universal steering wheel hub. It's like a quick release one, and it's actually just, you take the stock shaft or the stock steering wheel off the shaft and weld this spline hub connector thing on. But then it gives you a removable steering wheel, which is cool because with these seats, they hold you really well, so it's kind of hard to get out with the bigger steering wheel. But just a cheap steering wheel, a cheap hub that I could find. You know, it's not a bolt-on kit. That stuff makes it way more expensive. And it's kind of cool to fab my own and make things work. But other than that, I did 3 gauges. These are just cheap Jegs gauges with a... And the main reason I did that is because, like, these gauges, the factory gauges are kind of dummy gauges, and they really don't do anything. I mean, like cold to hot is basically, and that was the main thing I was trying to monitor, that and oil pressure, and it was just in the middle at all times. So then when I put the gauges in, you know, it turns out that the fans didn't turn on in this car until 230 degrees, which is crazy. So I don't know if there was an issue with like the tuning or what, or if that's how the car is supposed to be designed. I don't know, but I put gauges in because I wanted to monitor the temps of the car so I know when to pull off track and not blow it up, you know. So I put in a temp gauge, water temp, then oil pressure, and then just battery. And I also wired the fans to this switch. So this is this is controlling a relay that's controlling the stock electric fans. So then I can turn them on and off whenever I want. And I also changed the thermostat to 170 degree thermostat, but enough rambling. So we just got out here to Great Lakes Dragaway, and they've got like a drift pad, and usually they do just like a figure 8 course, and it's a pretty big pad. So I'm kind of surprised that they've never really done like much of a layout here, at least from what I understand. I'm pretty new into drifting. I've been here 2 times now, once last year with my Camaro. Anyways, tonight they've got a pretty cool layout set out with cones and stuff, and I'll try and show you guys the layout, and you should be able to see it from some videos and stuff. But so yeah, pretty excited about that. I've never driven in a real layout, only figure 8s, so I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, we've got a hydro in the car today, which is, you know, rear handbrake that locks up both rear tires, and we didn't have that on the last one, so I'm really excited to try that out, and we'll see how it goes. So they got like an all-day thing going on here Friday, and it goes till like 10:30, and supposedly they're bringing out lights and stuff, so it should be pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys, and we'll see you out on the track. guys seen there, that was the... I didn't get much footage from that day out at the track, but those two clips were later on at night after I got a little comfortable with the car. So got a couple runs in and was able to link the whole track like in one big drift. But I would still occasionally spin out, and probably due to like lack of angle, I don't know, but I was still having fun and I was able to link the track, and people were really hyped. They were shocked it was like my first time actually drifting and stuff, so it was pretty sick. I felt pretty good. And this dude came up to me and he wanted a tandem, and I was like, man, I don't know. So I led the tandem. I'm like, I'll lead, and that way I don't have to worry about hitting you, you know. And the first one went really well, and then the second one I spun out right at the end, and that was the one where Leo was filming from the inside of the car. And you see it at the end, it got super loud, and it was because I spun out and his exhaust like came right by the window. So that one was definitely some pucker factor there for first time tandeming. You know, it's really sick. I didn't film much, but the adrenaline was pumping and it was real fun. So next you're going to see a couple of clips from when me and Billy took a trip down out to Jefferson, and I threw the GoPro on for a couple laps, and he filmed one shot outside of the track, like, but it kind of sucked because there was a big fence around the whole thing, so he couldn't get a very good shot without the fence in the way. So he had the camera underneath the fence on the concrete wall, and that's why it's kind of like shaky, because he was just turning the camera. But got some cool GoPro clips and then that shot coming for you, and yeah, so hopefully you enjoy.
My bad.
Well guys, if you made it to this point in the video, you're a true OG. I see a lot of the analytics or whatever, and especially because this is a car video, so if you made it here, thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Let me know what you thought. I mean, this was my first time making a video, and this one was weird because I jumped in a lot to kind of explain or tell you guys what was going on, but just kind of the first video showing the car and showing a couple of clips that we had compiled from 2 of the drifting events that we went out on. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new here from the drifting world, you know, stick around, hit that subscribe button. Definitely going to do some more drifting content on the channel, and it's only going to get better from here. So thanks for watching guys, and see you on the next one.